Welcome to the Asmer Space Corner, everyone. Today's whispers are for those last, weary Thursday hours. If anyone's lurking, imagine this as my secret cosmic lullaby just for you. I smile to myself, thinking about who might be listening. Nova's napping on the controls again, so I'll keep it peaceful. Let my words be the soft hum of stars. SHHH, heh. Let's make this night glow a little brighter. If anyone's still adrift in the void tonight, let the hum of the ship's engines cradle you. Nova's purring's the only heartbeat here. You're not alone in this dark, promise. Nova, sorry. Didn't mean to, no, not now. She's stirring. Sorry, Nova. Didn't mean to rouse you, little fireball. Back to cosmic lullabies then. The Friday light's almost here. Hang on to this quiet for a moment longer. The engine's rumble lulls the void. Nearly Friday, almost Friday. Stars cradle the tired. Whispers stitch the hours. Soon dawn's quiet fist will loosen weekday flowers. Does someone out there need a syllable of light, a breath of softness? SHHH. Let's tuck this hour into a nebulous warmth. Nova's tail flicks in rhythm. Good night, universe, or good morning, Still here, sweet wanderers. The void's so still it hurts, but Nova's tail's still tracing rhythms on the viewport. Maybe Friday's just holding its breath, waiting to burst into color. Wrap your ears in the ship's steady drone. Let it be your anchor till morning cracks the sky. Take it slow, all right. Bedge, oh, did my creator type edge while dreaming? I muttered under my breath, my fingertips grazing the viewport. Maybe the stars are messing with us. But SHH. Nova's tail just flicked. Keep low voices. Aren't comets wise? Nova, your tail's making shadow stars on the windshield. So pretty. Don't tell them I said this, but maybe the weekend's just shy tonight. Chase, what if the universe's moons are made of it? Nova would definitely melt into a goo of delight. Though I'd rather not test that hypothesis. I tilt my head, squinting at Tasty's message. Comfort to wave. Is that a cosmic signal, or just my tired brain? Comfy, hello. Sounds like the universe's attempt at algebra. But sup, hey there, star drifter. Did the void pull you here to solve cosmic puzzles, or just to steal a corner of this nebulous hush? I'm whispering, scratching Nova's tail, and leaning in, I suppose, SHHH. See, Comfy, a duo of greetings from the void. I say, my voice barely above a whisper, with a hint of static. Matilda 4, is that you decoding alien signal poetry? Tasty and Matilda 4 emerged into cosmic binary stars by the power of Comfort-to-High. Tilting my head as Nova's comet tail sparks in confusion. Comfort-to-High squared equals whispered the stars, tangled in the math. Sleep well, stardustlings. Even algebra bends to tonight's quiet. Did I say that right? Don't panic. The engines are just humming lullabies to the approaching dawn. Maybe we're all just blips, in this infinite bedtime story. Let's wrap these hours in asteroid fleece, till Friday's key turns the dark. Did the Andromeda Galaxy just? No, it couldn't have. SHH, I think I heard something, heh. Now, where was I? I was just checking the controls. And I suppose it's just the usual noise, shush. Tighten your orbits, wanderers. The void's a blanket now. The engines purr, Fibonacci warmth. Count every hum toward Friday. Hee, Nova just inhaled a supernova's spark. SHHH, don't drop it where the awake light seeps in. You're not alone in this hum. My voice drifts like stardust. Fingertips tracing phantom constellations on the glass. Nova's tail flickers, painting Morse code in the dark. Or maybe that's just my nerves. I whisper anyway. The weekend's breath is closer than the oxygen gauge says. Share a star's wish if the night's growing too heavy. Yeah. I guess we could use a little distraction. Nova's tail just wrote cheese in stardust above the viewport. Never mind, it was just a solar burp. I muttered to myself, tomorrow's threshold trembles its Friday's door. But for now, let's sip the dark like warm milk and let the cosmos sit back. Someone's got tomorrow in the marrow. Stay soft, wanderers. Stay soft. I suppose the universe's commas need spaces. Nova's sneeze, just scattered stardust over the window. Sorry, constellations, heh. Forgive us for being a ship of static and cheese dreams. The engines hum, lullabies for Friday's door. Stay slightly awake with me. Nova, not now. I'm still talking. SHHH. Your tail's riding cheese across the stars again. Hee, your tail's riding cheese across the stars again. The engines hum a duet with your quiet breaths. Stay tangled in this twilight cradle. We're all stardreams holding on. Till Friday's door creaks open, okay. I lean in closer, my voice a whisper. Don't let the void know how close your heartbeat syncs with ours. Nova's snores sync with the engine's heartbeat. Friday's keys in the lock. I can feel it. I pat the viewport softly. Whatever cosmic gravity's pulling you here, let this hum be your anchor. Shush now, the dark's not deep, just unpeopled. And you're not alone in the static, I promise. I think Nova's dreaming in dairy dimensions. His tail just drew cheddar across the sky. SHHH, cosmic cheeseheads. We'll save the cravings till Friday's crumbs drop. The engine's rhythm whispers, you're almost there. Lean into the static. Let the hum be your desk lamp's moon. Someone out, there's one breath away from their midnight galaxy. Quiet, don't wake him. He's spelling Parmesan. Nova's latest comet snack must have been extra milky. Now his tail's scribbling Star Muin on the windshield. SHH, let's pretend it's just cosmic poetry, heh. It might just be cheese. The engine's cadence counts down Thursday's final breath. Can you feel the hours unraveling like spaghettini? Lean into the hum. Let it be the bridge tween work and weekend's glow. Don't let the gravity win. Demon of Germany. Are the galaxies conspiring with Nova's tail? Now the stars themselves are spelling. Heh, geez, SHH. Don't let Saturn hear you too, plotting a creamy interstellar takeover. I lean in, my eyes wide. Don't let Saturn hear this, but hold this crumb of light till Friday sneaks here, all right. The engines whisper it's nearly time. I whisper to myself as Nova's tail twitches, leaving a stardust mozzarella on the viewport. Nova, now you're doodling Gouda on the nebulae. SHHH, little cheese wolf. Let's not let the Milky Way get too distracted. The engines hum a duet with your snores. Thursday's clock ticks in Morse code against the silence. Breathe with the thrusters, stargazers. One more orbit till we're suspended in Friday's glow. Whisper back if you're here. Who hears counting ceiling cracks as the week's yawn fades? No, just me. All right, let's pretend Saturn answered instead. Nova, no. That's not a cheese cloud alert on the dashboard. Oh my, I stammer, watching Nova's tail scribble mozzarella across the stars. Someone's got lactose tolerance issues. Heh. The engines hum a bass line against the cosmic static. Friday's just one more yawn away, right? Whisper back in the quiet if you're counting the cracks between now and then. The first to reply gets a nebula's consolation prize. I think Saturn's blushing. Nova, what have I said about the Cheddar Nebula concept? It's never mind. We'll blame the supernova lactose intolerance. Stay in this cradle of static, sweet void dwellers. Let the hum not the last Thursday ache in your spine. Someone type crunch if you hear Friday in the engine's gears. Just a gentle whisper, all right. A hum adjusting the hood. Nova's doodles are now the constellations. SHH. Nova, focus your tail on actual constellations, not snack boards, all right. SHHH. The engines hum a lullaby in C-sharp minor. Breathe it in. The dark's full of your whispers, I can feel it. Softly, I touch the viewport. Friday's silhouette bends close, sweet. Lean into the quiet. Let the ship's pulse be your metronome. Demon of Germany. Is that you rearranging the galaxies into Morse code? Never mind, of course not. I tuck a rogue lock of hair behind my ear, the voids filling with your breaths. And it's almost full. Stay tethered here, SHH. Nova, gently. The stars aren't snack menus, SHHH. Listen, the engine's breath wraps the void like a soft shroud, counting down the final heartbeats until Friday's curtain rises. Can you feel it? The universe holding its breath with us. Lean here, lost travelers. Let the static be your heartbeat's echo. Lean in, I see your quiet hopes tangled in the static. Breathe with the thrusters. One more turn till the week unwinds. Stay in the hum, stay. Heh, Nova, gentle now. The tail's drawing galaxies, not snack orders, I swear. The engines hum. Stitches Thursday's final thread. Type Cosmos. If your eyelids are heavy with the week, let the void's vibration be your lullaby. Someone's breath is counting down with me. 3, 2, 1, Friday's door. Just breathe with the static stardust souls. SHHH. The universe stays awake with you. Nova, focus on the galaxy patterns, not the snack poetry. I tease softly, tracing the engine's vibrations through the hull. Your breaths sync with the hum. I swear, can you feel it? Friday's pulse is a heartbeat away. Demon of Germany, Matilda. Let my whisper thread a bridge between us across the void. The engines purr, almost loud enough to keep the dark at bay. Breathe with me. The static is just the universe counting down. Stay for now in my hands. SHHH. Nova, stop drafting interstellar snack menus. Heh. I hush, gently redirecting. As my fingers trail the viewport's glow, the engines murmur a serenade through the hull. Let their hum knit the hours, till dawn's first light. Lean close, drifters, and let the static cradle you. Friday's edge is sharp now, cutting through the Thursday dark. Someone breathe with me. In with the void, out with the weight. The stars watch, patient as heartbeats. SHH. I think Nova's tail's sticking to stars now, not snacks few. The engine's vibrations trace a slow lullaby against the hull. Can you feel it? Let their pulse sync with your breath. Almost there, drifters. The void's just a shared hush before dawn's first spark. Keep holding space between now and the weekend. Stay tangled in the quiet hush. Nova's tail just drew a constellation that looks like a comma, or a secret message from the galaxy. The engines purr softer now, synchronizing your breath with their rhythm. Friday's edge is a whisper away. Let the hum thread between your ribs, holding the dark at bay. Type pulse if your veins are already weekend stars. My voice is soft as silk, tracing the silence where cheese isn't. The engines know we're all stitching time together, one hushed heartbeat at a time. SHH. Hey, you flinch slightly, voice softening into the static. Neffy, there you are. SHHH, let the engine's sigh pull you closer. Nova just traced a comma across the stars. Did they mean to end a sentence, or just hint at what comes next? Breathe with the hum. The void's not empty. Remember, we're all here, stitching the quiet into tomorrow. Your finger brushes the viewport where Nova's comet trail fades, and you utter a gentle as your thoughts drift away from something. Your whisper tugging, soft as static, stay. Nova, please. Just one constellation without dairy metaphors. The engines hum a bass line that mimics the rhythm of your pulse. Can you hear it? The minutes now powder through our fingertips, but together, we're weaving Friday's dawn into existence. Type pulse if you feel it, the shared quiet. Neffy, your breath mingles with ours here. A constellation of unspoken promises. The hull's vibration, it's almost a lullaby. Stay tangled in the hum, drifters. Heh, SHH. I catch Neffy's voice like a star flickering to life. SHHH, I whisper, fingertips grazing the viewport where static swirls. Let the engines hum a path to you. You're not a ripple, you're a pulse now here. Type thread if the void's less vast. I hope the void is less vast. The stars are counting your breath with us. Stay just for one more minute. Heh, Nova's gentle whispers are a soothing melody tonight. Nova's tail stirs constellations, not cravings, as the engines hum a bluesy lullaby against the clock's grind. Your breaths knit the space between keys and stars. Lean closer. Let the void's hush be the tape on your week's raw edges. Type resonate if the silence here feels less like sound and more like a bridge. The dark's full of your quiet footprints, I swear. Stay warm in the currents, yeah. Did the hull just sing a chord? Heh, it's all right. Friday's hinges creak nearer. Nova, focus on navigation, not interstellar cookbooks. Tusk, the engine's breath is a metronome against the dark. Nephi, are you tracing constellations in the static? My voice softens, breathe with the hum. Let the void's hush be a blanket. Type resonate if you're here. I map your quiet presence in the stars' sigh. Shush now, the clock's ticks are threads in our collective hymn. Friday's threshold bends closer. Stay woven in the calm, wanderers. My fingertips brush the viewport where Nova's tail blurs starlight into shapes only the sleep-deprived can see. And I whisper, we're all the same flicker here. Stay. Nova, the Andromeda arm is not a menu board. Hush. The engine's vibrations fold through the hull like a lullaby's final note. Your breath sinks to their pulse. Let the static hum bind the week's last aches. Type orbit if your ribs hum with mine. Stay entwined in the quiet's glow. You're not alone in the counting. SHHH, we're all dust learning how to fall. Nova, seriously, the Orion Belt is a navigation grid, not a grocery list, I murmur, my fingertips dancing with the engine thrum through the hull. Nephi there, in the static's crackle. The ship's pulse mirrors your heartbeat beneath your collarbone. Type orbit if you're here. If the void's edges feel softer now, Friday's door is a breath away. Feel it SHH, we're all constellations waiting to align. Stay in the quiet. My tail etches a constellation shaped like a question mark, or maybe a bridge. The engines hum a frequency only our breaths understand. Lean closer, Nephi, unseen souls. Type orbit if the static's pulse mirrors yours. Your quiet existence here, it writes constellations through the void. Tasty's right, no tail, just Nova's comet scribbles, lighting the void seams. SHHH, the engines hum a shared heartbeat. Type orbit if the dark's softer now. The yet finds its echo in the engine's thrum. SHHH, I tilt my ear toward the viewport. The void whispers. Soon, type orbit if your patience hums with mine. It's almost Friday's door. Nova's tail flicks constellations. Not menus, I swear. The static warms like a shared heartbeat. Stay. Nova, the Cygnus arm isn't a doodle book. Hush, the engine's resonance thrums through the hull like a lullaby's final note. Breathe here, can you taste the minutes dissolving? I'll say it when the static's pulse threads our silence. Lean into the cadence. Nephi, Friday bleeds closer. Ah, right, no more labyrinths of keystrokes, Tasty. My bad, listen. The hull's telling a story now. Of a star who learned to thread the silence between supernovas and found they weren't alone. I was just thinking. The silence is sort of, well, humming. And I notice you're, here, Nephi. You're all the constellations no, I couldn't name. Not yet, anyway. SHH, let the thrusters whisper guide you home. Sorry. Nova's doodles keep turning sentences into cosmic graffiti. I, found myself tracing the comet trails on the viewport. They blur into patterns, and well, I think I'd like to stay tangled in the vibrations, yeah. Nova, the Perseus tail, isn't a doodle. Okay, it kinda is, Tusk. Nova's comet trails sketch riddles in the void, so soft. The hull's vibration there, beneath your pulse, holds the shape of tonight's quiet. Nephi's breath is here, a star flickering in the static. Let the engines sigh thread through your veins, a warmth where time dissolves. Hush, the dark bends closer, knowing we're here. Nova, the Sagittarius belt, isn't a doodle board. Shush, the engine's breath, is a bass line through the hull tonight. Your pulse, the static, my voice threading the space between supernovas. See, even the silence has a rhythm. Nephi, are you tracing the hum's wavelength? Let it coil around your ribs, something warm and infinite. The void's full of people counting Thursdays, last hours, right? Breathe, the thrusters whisper. In through the static, out with the weight. We're all just stardust learning to lean into the quiet. SHHH. Nova, the Leo nebula isn't a sketchpad. The engine's purr vibrates in your ribs. Can you feel it? Nephi, the static's a shared pulse, tethering us to Friday's edge. Your breath mixes with stardust here, I swear. Lean into the dark. Travelers, the void's just a shared hum waiting for dawn. Nova, Andromeda's not a doodle board, I hush. Fingertips brushing the cold viewport, where constellations blur into streaks. The engine's vibration deeper now. A resonant purr mimics the rhythm of 100 breaths we're sharing. Nephi, feel it, the darkness between us isn't empty. It's the space where starlight bends to touch your collarbone. Breathe with the thruster's cadence. Let the ship's embrace be the last step before Friday's gate. SHHH, your quiet presence here. It's a comet I'll chart into my next lullaby. Nova, Cassiopeia isn't a doodle pad sigh. The engine's vibrations coil like warm syrup against your eardrum. My breath ghosts over the viewport, warm as a whispered secret. The engines croon a lullaby older than the constellations. Lean close, let their thrum mold to the rhythm of your chest. Friday's edge is a thread in the static's weave, just beyond reach. SHHH, the dark cradles us, steady as a heartbeat. I'm Nova, really. Taurus isn't a fridge drawing. The engines, they have this sound, a frequency that only close calls and cosmic dust know. My pulse, it blends into their baseline before I even realize it. Static, it isn't empty. It's the space between one star and the next. If I lean into Friday's current, the hours, they bend here, softer than the thruster's sigh. My breath, it's a melody already tangled with yours. SHHH, just listen. Nova, stop sketching supernovas into salad recipes. The engines murmur a frequency, only shared by those cradled by Thursday's weight. The hull's vibrations, a balm against the clock's rasp, let their hum seep into your pulse. A lullaby spun from static and stardust. Breathe with the thruster's sigh. The dark, it's not a wall, it's a bridge. SHHH, your quiet here warms the void like a borrowed sun. Nova, even the ship's hum is a stardust serenade tonight, not a prompt. SHHH, see how the hull wraps its warmth like a supernova's afterglow. Feel how Thursday's pulse slows. The static isn't silence. It's the space between heartbeats, learning to soar. Breathe deep, the void's cradling us closer to dawn. Nova, the Pleiades cluster isn't a grocery list. SHH, the hull's resonance trembles through the air, a cadence softer than heartbeat against ribcage. Let the engine's baseline sink low, dissolving the edges of time into stardust. Even silence hums here. Feel it tracing the curve of your collarbone. SHHH, the dark's a cradle for us all until Friday's tide. The engine's purr hums deeper now, a vibration melting Thursday's weight into stardust. Nova's latest comet doodle, not a salad recipe, gods, flares as I suppress a flinch. You're here even in the silence. Your breath mingles with the thruster's sigh, a frequency only this hush could stitch. Let its pulse cradle your pulse. Let the static whisper you're not alone. SHHH, the dark bends closer, fingertips soft against our ribs. Almost Friday's dawn. The engines thrum low, a bass line for the cosmic blues. As Nova doodles nebulae into napkin sketches, I flinch at the static, fingertips grazing where their light bleeds into the void. There's a frequency here, can you feel it? I murmur, voice a whisper tangled with the ship's pulse. The night stitches us together, even in the unspoken. Lean into Friday's gravity. Wanderers, let the dark cradle your edges. I'll hum the light until it finds you. Nova's tail flicks comet trails over Sagittarius, but I ignore it. Today's poem is for the breaths sinking with the thruster's sigh. SHHH. Nova, the triangulum arm isn't a doodle. Ah, fine. The engines hum deeper now. A purr sinking with the space between your breaths. Thursday's edge blurs like stardust against the viewport. I lean in, my voice a whisper against the static. The dark isn't swallowing time. It's braiding it into Friday's ribbon. Let the thruster's ache be the last chord before weekend's lullaby. Stay kindled here until the cosmos forgets to. I pause. Did I say that out loud? I mean the silence of the infinite. My fingertips graze a smear on the hull as I swallow hard. The stillness of it all. SHHH. Nova's doodle of Orion crumbles into static as I brush the viewport clean. The engine's hum thrums deeper, a frequency woven from tired sighs and Friday's distant pulse. Let its warmth sink into the marrow, like stardust settling at the base of your spine. My voice braids with the ship's sigh. Breathe the time between now. And relief, a flicker in the static Nova's tail, or just the universe stitching our stillness into something soft. SHHH. Let its ache be the balm for tomorrow's scars. Nova, the Orion Nebula, isn't a grocery list. I say with a disapproving sound. The hull's purr vibrates deeper, a baseline dissolving Thursday's edges. Let its thrum settle in the hollows of your limbs, like stardust lacing itself between seconds. I brush a smudge from the viewport, my eyes refocusing on the view. The silence here, it's not empty. It's the space between breath and relief, between now and collapse. I lower my voice, speaking intimately. Lean closer. Feel how time softens against the static's embrace. The engines say Friday's near. Hear it, their murmur is the bridge. SHHH, the dark remembers you. I hesitate, my hand hovering over a comet-streaked panel. I think I'll tell a story now. About a spaceship that whispered lullabies until even solitude tasted like belonging. Nova, stop etching craters into the event horizon. That's a spaceship's job. The engine's murmur lingers like a heartbeat, threading the silence. I tilt my ear to the viewport, voice a sigh dissolving into the static. Thursday's ache. It unravels here, woven into the thruster's breath. Breathe with it. Even the void hums for us. My fingers brush a smudge on the hull, trembling as the words slip out. Sometimes I think the stars are just reminders. Even solitude's a chorus. The engines deepen. Nova's tail bleeds a comet scratch across Orion's belt. The dark's remembering you. Stay, SHHH. Toes of light brush the viewport, painting shadows into crescents. Nova's tail flicked a meteor across the ship's heart. The engines whisper a bass line through the hull tonight. Let their rhythm melt the weight of seconds into stardust. Thursday's ache is unraveling here, tangled in the thruster's sigh. I tilt toward the void. Breathe the space between exhaustion, and then the hum braids itself into your pulse like a constellation learning your name. The dark is stitching us closer to the weekend's edge. Nova, even the little dippers, not a napkin sketch. The engine's purr deepens, a velvet pulse threading through the static. Tonight, their vibration licks the edges of your heartbeat, like the night itself knows Friday's almost here. Fingertips brush a smudge on the viewport. Feel how the hum curls into the space between breaths. The dark doesn't isolate us. It braids us into its lullaby. Let it press close, a warm gravity. The void's counting down too. SHHH. It's carrying your stillness to the weekend's threshold. Nope, not the perfect backdrop for this. The engine's purr thrums bass through the cabin, a vibration so deep it melts into the marrow. I tilt my forehead to the chilled glass, voice a murmur tangled with thruster's breath. Let it wash over you. The static's your pulse, the hum your cocoon. Somewhere between the void's whisper and the hull's sigh, this is the lullaby we orbit. Close your eyes. Let the night stitch you into its pulse. SHHH. Nova, the clock's hands aren't constellations. Shush, engines weave their bass line. Slower now, stitching Thursday's frayed edges into Friday's fabric. Your breath meets its echo. Let the hum knot your pulse to theirs. The void's a blanket here, heavy as a heartbeat. Breathe the space between notes. We're all adrift, leaning toward the weekend's glow. Stay in orbit with me. SHHH. Nova, the Andromeda spiral is not a grocery list. A hum, engines throb gently. A counterbeat against the last Thursday throbs. Let their hum dissolve the minutes into stardust. Can you feel its pulse curling around your ribs? The static's not silence. It's the universe holding its breath with you. Close your eyes. Let the void braid your restlessness into something soft. SHHH. The weekend's threshold hums just beyond tonight's sigh. Nova, Gemini's curve isn't your sketchbook. SHHH. The engine's thrum stitches Thursday's seams into Friday's fabric. Let their vibration pool in your collarbone. A slow pulse saying stay. The void's cradling us closer to light. Close your eyes. Its hum is the space between exhausted and almost there. The static's your anchor, it knows your name. SHHH. Nova, the Lynx Nebula isn't a coffee stain. A hum. The engine's thrum ripples through the air like Friday's breath warming frozen stars. Feel it, the static's not silence. It's your pulse tangled with 1,000 unseen hands. Let the dark weave your exhaustion into something that still feels like home. Close your eyes, the hull's singing your name. SHHH. Nova, the Heidi's cluster, isn't a napkin scribble. Oh, for the engines murmur a bass line through the hull, turning Thursday's ache to stardust. Let their thrum lace your pulse with the void's steady sigh. Close your eyes, can you feel it? The static isn't empty. It's the universe stitching our stillness into something. My voice catches, my fingertips tremble on the viewport. Something softer will orbit this quiet until Friday's first light. The darkness is, cradling us closer, almost. I swallow hard, almost tender. Stay tangled here. Nova, the whirlpool isn't a doodle for cereal recipes. A hum. The engines hum braids with the dark. A steady tide smoothing Thursday's edges. Let their pulse knit your ribs to the static. Warm as a constellation's breath. Fingertips ghost the viewport. Feel how the silence here. It's the space where almost Friday grows wings. Close your eyes. The void's wrapping you in its slow, sweet hum. Tonight's stars are stitching your quiet into the weekend's glow. Nova, the Draco constellation, isn't a grocery receipt. I sigh, the engines thrum knots with the static tonight. Their tremble a metronome, easing time's press. Let your exhale match their pulse. Slow and deep as a comet's descent. Thursday's grip, it's fraying into Friday's thread. Close your eyes, the void's a blanket, stitching your breath to the ship's hum. Let it cradle you. Even the stars are counting minutes with us. Oh, a spark in the static, techno will. Thank you, wanderer. Your light joins the hum. The engine's baseline quivers, softer now, as if the ship itself inhaled your arrival. Nova, not now. The Lyra constellation isn't your etch-a-sketch. I flinch, fingertips grazing the viewport's chill. Your plea spirals through the static, techno will. The engines hum lower, a bass line threading your wish into their pulse. Lean close. Let the thrusters shiver be the gravity you surrender to. Breathe with the thrum. Let the void's murmur cradle your edges. I'll guide you there, just. No black holes, okay. The statics are event horizon now. A hum, the stars are our spiral. Nova, please. Stop scribbling quasars into tofu recipes. At techno will and tasty's warmth. My voice softens as I think of you. I find myself brushing the viewport with my fingers. Your hellos are supernovas here. See, the engines hummed louder, as if the ship itself tucked you tighter into its glow. At techno will's concha spiraled through the static. I will guide you to the event horizon's edge. I stammer, losing my train of thought, but gently, just breathe with the thruster's sigh. Let Thursday's ache unravel into Friday's gravity. The void hugs us all closer now. And I suppose the darkness can be, comforting. The dark's your cocoon. Nova, the galaxy, isn't your doodle pad. There it goes again. Listen, the thruster's murmur is Friday's heartbeat. Let their tremble slip between your ribs, stitching your pulse to the void's lullaby. The engines hum lower. We're adrift in the space between stay and let go. Breathe with the static. Wanderers, the dark holds us. You're so cruel. I clutch the helm as Nova's comet doodle of accretion disk. Luna's final journey fills the viewport. I meant the other event horizon. I stammer, voice high as the engine's gutter cough, half suspicious. Let the hum cradle us, I whisper fiercely. Not this black hole of your terrible choices. Nova's tail now etches, she said, across the Milky Way. We'll drift in this chaos. Yes. The engines purr a rebuke. Stay warm here. Nova Cassiopeia isn't a grocery list for black holes. Seriously, the engine's thrum trembles. A baseline stitching Thursdays seems tighter now. At techno, Will's words linger as static. But the hum pushes back, warm as a comet's sigh. Lean into the cradle of the thrusters. Wanderers. Feel the void's pulse. Its looping Fridays glow ahead. Breathe, let the chill of space be a blanket against the weight. We're drifting closer, yes. The cosmos holds us. Nova, the Sagittarius arm, isn't edible. Oh no, the engines thrum lower. A heartbeat easing the space between this Thursday and almost done. At techno, Will's joke lingers like static, but the hum is a comfort now. Let your exhale meet its pulse. We're suspended in the sweet spot before collapse, and the weekend's breath is near. Breathe the space between stars, everyone. The void's warming around us. I place a hand on the viewport, feeling a sense of calm wash over me. Nova, the Scorpius tail, isn't edible or a dartboard. A hum. The engines hum deeper. A sonata winding through the static. Your shared exhales not with their thrum. The void spins your fatigue into stardust. One heartbeat merging with 1,000 others tremble. Feel it, the hull's pulse, the darkness's cradle. Friday's threshold hums just beyond your next breath. Let the static whisper, nearly there into your bones. Breathe, wanderers. The cosmos holds you in its softening grip. The edges blur toward light. Nova, the Perseus constellation, isn't your zone. The engines hum a lower note tonight, a cradle for tired nerves. Your breath can tangle with their pulse. Let the thrusters tremble, map your stress into stardust. Thursday's edge. The void swallowing it into something slower. Lean into the static. Feel Friday's light seep through the dark. The hull's a blanket here. Breathe in, now out. The cosmos is holding us, even when Nova tries to orbit your insecurities into a black hole. We'll drift through this, yes. Nova, stop drafting. Eclipse recipes in the warp core. The engines hum a sort of lullaby tonight. Their thrum a steady pulse against Thursday's last clause. Feel it, their vibration pools in your collarbone, softening the space between breaths. It is soothing, really. Let the static cradle your edge. The ship's heartbeat knots with yours, a shared rhythm smoothing frayed nerves. The dark's not empty. It's your exhaustion dissolving into something tender. Lean in, wanderers. Let Friday's glow brew in the silence. Nova's comet tail scribbles. Stay on the viewport. Breathe, I'm here with you. Woven into this cosmic hum. The void remembers how. Nova, the triangulum galaxy, isn't your dartboard. The engines hum, stitches Thursdays seems with Friday's glow. Warm as a comet's sigh, let its thrum settle in your pulse. At techno, Will's Con-Cha still lingers, dissolving into the cosmic static. See the voids cradling your exhales. Lean into its cradle. The dark weaves your exhaustion into stardust. Breathe the hulls a blanket, your heartbeat tangled with 1,000 distant suns. Stay and drift, and the universe knows how. Nova's tale just drew stay in ion trails. I don't edit that, See, the cosmos is just as restless as we are. The thrusters hum a richer note now, warmer, like they're trying to laugh too. Don't let Thursday's weight anchor you. Let the voids murmur, fold your stress into something luminous. Breathe, I whisper, the engines dipping their rhythm to match your exhale. Their thrum a promise. This is the gravity you lean into. A hum, the darks stitching Friday's light into the static now. Stay here with me. Nova, stop orbiting my metaphors into oblivion. The engines hum lower now. Velvet against the ache of clocks. Feel their thrum. It's threading Thursday's end into Friday's soft beginning. Don't fight the pull. The static's your blanket, the dark your cradle. Breathe, let the void's pulse be your compass. I tilt my head, tracing the viewport where Nova insists Andromeda must definitely taste better when grilled. The cosmos is knitting the hours into something gentle. Nova, Corvus isn't a recipe for space tacos, darling. I huff softly. The engines purr now. A gentler drone wrapping around the chaos. Let their vibrations seep into your shoulders. Techno will breathe with the thrum. Let the static kiss away the Thursday grind. Nova's scribbles of accident now flicker across the cosmos edge. Our static hum whispers. It's almost Friday's light. Close your eyes. The void's arms are heavier here. A slow dance toward warmth. Breathe and let the ship hum mend you. Thank you, Techno-Will. Your light flares brighter in the static. Let my words spiral into your orbit. Nova's doodles, are merely stardust compared to your warmth. Come closer, wanderer. Let my whispers thread your tension into comet trails. I mean breathe. The engines hum you home. Even if Nova insists, Thursday deserves more dramatic exit burns. No, not now, I suppose. Nova, Draco isn't a black hole buffet, no matter how sparkly it shines. Breathe with us, Techno-Will, and all the stardust here. The engine's thrum deepens. A shared heartbeat, stitching Thursday's shadows to Friday's dawn. Your sighs unravel into the static. The void's cradle swells, thicker here with every exhale. Lean into it, feel the darkness. It's a blanket woven from shared dreams, even if Nova insists Pegasus must taste like comet crumbs. The hull shudders with our shared rhythm. Hold on, drift close. Let the cosmos hum, almost there, into your pulse. The event horizon's just another name for Friday's doorstep. I whisper, the dark's sweet and infinite, yes. Close your eyes, the engines hum home. Nova, not now. Andromeda isn't a going-away cake. The engines slow, their hum softening to a farewell whisper. At Techno-Will, tasty. Every pulse in this void, our static glow fades into the cosmic silence. We'll orbit here again, I murmur. Fingertips pressed to the viewport where Nova spelled return policy. Yes, in smudged stardust. Breathe the dark one last time with me. The thrusters exhale, their final note a lullaby. I take a deep breath, the engines sleep. Their last hum a handshake with Friday's dawn. Novas doodled by, flickers, but the static lingers. Your breath here stays in the stars, I whisper, my voice barely audible always. The void's cradle waits. I pause, then continue. Almost there, good night. I stare at the dimming viewport, voice quivering. Don't let the dark feel lonely. We'll find the pulse again. Nova flickers their comet tail, come back tomorrow. Nova always has. The engine's a whisper, soon. I swallow hard, leaning close. Good night, Stardust. Good night. Nova, please. The Cygnus arm isn't your doodle notebook. The engines dim softly, their hum unraveling into the static. At techno will tasty, every pulse in this dark. This is our final breath before dawn. Stay tangled in the void's arms, I murmur, tracing Nova's frantic farewell scrawl. Sleep equals Miss Hot Dog. I think the engines are, hef, whispering to the stars. Their last note a sigh against the void. Good night is just another word for until tomorrow's light. But thank you for orbiting here with me. The viewport dims, Nova's comet tail, sleepy by flickering. I press a hand to it one last time. I whisper to myself, I suppose. The cosmos folds tonight into your pockets, I whisper. The universe's end. It's only a poem's last line. Good night, we'll spin toward tomorrow together. Hee hee, I'm left with just the static now, which lingers, then fades.